Hi, everyone. Note 7.2 are on the effects of changing conditions on investment and loans, as well as savings and investment alternatives. So we need to have our TDM solver open up right here. And question number one says that Keegan wants to have $5,000 in 4 years' time. How much would Keegan need to invest today at 4% per year, compounded at quarterly, and at 4.5% per year compounded quarterly? So let's go ahead and define all of our information that we need. So our present value is unknown, okay, because it's asking how much would Keegan need to invest today. So that's unknown. Our PMT is still going to be 0. Right here, the next thing that we have on our list is the FV, the future value, and we know that he wants to have $5,000, okay? The rate is 4%, okay? The number of periods is 4 years and it's compounded quarterly. So 4 years and 4 times per year, so 16 periods. And then for our last piece right here, our CPPY right here, we're just going to say that it is quarterly. So let's go ahead and plug in that information. So our present value is unknown. We know our rate is 4%. Our PMT is 0. Our periods, there are 16 periods, and we want the future value to be 5,000. Don't forget that we need to plug it in as a negative. And we know that it's being compounded quarterly. So we're going to fill in that information that we have right here. And when we do that, we want to calculate our present value. So the present value is $4,264.11. So we can say, therefore, Keegan needs to invest $4,264.11. Okay, but we also can see what happens if he is investing it at a rate of 4.5%. So our present value is still unknown. This time our rate is 4.5%. By the way, our present value we should expect to be lower because we're going to get more interest because the interest rate is higher, okay? Our PMT is 0. The number of periods is still 4 years, still quarterly, so it's 4 times 4, which is 16. Our future value, we still want to be $5,000. And then our CPPY right here is going to be quarterly. So let's go ahead and fill in that information. Really, essentially, the only thing here that's changing is our rate right here. So we can change our rate to 4.5% right here, and then we can calculate our present value, and it's $4,180.50. So right here, we can say, therefore, Keegan needs to invest $4,180.55. Okay? All right, so that's question number 1. So those are our 2 answers for question number 1. Now, for number 2, it says Jaden has $1,200 to invest. Determine which rate would provide a greater amount of interest after 3 years. So we have 2 options right here. Our first thing that we're going to look at is 5% per year quarterly. And then our second option is going to be semi-annually. Okay, so same thing, our PV, he has $1,200 to invest. We know that the rate is 5%. We know our PMT is 0. For the number of periods, we know it's 3 years, and it's done 4 times a year, so it's 12 periods, okay? Our future value is what I want to know. And then our CPPY here is going to be quarterly. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in that information that we have here. So we know that our present value is $1,200. We know that the rate is 5%, PMT is 0. The number of periods we said was 12, and we know that this is done quarterly, I believe, if I remember correctly, yep. And we want to find our future value. So our future value is $1,392.21. Okay, so we can go ahead and say our future value is, just like we said, $1,392.21. All right, so now for this one right here, our PV is still going to be 1,200, present value is 1,200. Our rate is still 5%. Our PMT is still 0. Our periods will change because it is 3 years, and it's 2 times per year. So this time it'll be 6. Our future value is what we want to figure out, and our CPPY is semi-annually. So let's go ahead and figure this out. So if I were to plug this information in right here, the only thing here is that this is 6 times, and I need to change this to semi-annually. And I can go right in here and just delete those values, and then I can find my future value, which is $1,391.63. Okay, so we can say therefore quarterly is the better option. And that should make sense, because if it's getting compounded 4 times a year versus 2 times a year, you're going to get more money. All right. Okay, so taking a look at number 3, it says Haley's bank charges $5.95 for up to 10 transactions per month, plus 75 cents for each additional transaction. So in November, we know that she made 8 transactions. And then in December, we know that she made 23 transactions. So we want to find the service charges. Well, for November, 8 transactions, you know that you have to pay $5.95 no matter what, even if you have 0 transactions, all the way up to $10 or 10 transactions. So we can say right here in November, she's going to pay $5.95. Okay, but now for December, we've got 10 transactions are going to cost $5.95. So that leaves us with 13 more transactions, or 13 extra. And we know it's 75 cents each. So I'm going to take 13 and multiply that by 75 cents. So I'm going to find my calculator, and I'm going to multiply 13 by 0.75. So let's type this in again. 13 times 0.75, and I end up getting $9.75. So now that means that she's paying $5.95 plus $9.75. So I'm going to add this $5.95 to it, and I get $15.70. Okay, so therefore, in November, her charges $5.95, and in December, her charge is $15.70. And that's my answer for question number 3. Okay? All right, so now question number 4. It says a mutual fund has an annual rate of return of 12.45%. So that means you get 12.45% interest. but an investment company charges 2% per year as a fee for managing the account. So it says suppose $1,000 is invested for 3 years. So we've got $1,000 and it's 3 years. Calculate the approximate value of the investment, assuming annual compounding. So we're going to fill in all of our information. Present value, we know, is $1,000 because that's how much was invested. Okay. Our rate here, we know, is 12.45%, but there's a 2% fee, so I'm going to subtract that. So that means that my rate is going to just be 10.45%. Okay. The next thing that we need to fill in is our PMT, which we still are going to say is 0. Okay. We're going to talk very soon about what's going to happen when it's not going to be 0. We also need to figure out the number of periods. So we know it's for 3 years and it's compounded annually. So it's 1 time a year. So it's going to be 3 times 1, which is 3. We want to find the future value. And then we're going to say that this is done annually. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in all of that information right here. So right here, I'm going to say our PV is 1,000. Our rate is 10.45%. PMT is 0. The number of periods right here is going to be 3. And it's annual, so we can keep this as annual. So I want to find the future value. So it's $1,347.40. $1,347.40. So therefore, the value of the investment is $1,347.40, and we are done with question number 4. All right, last one we have here. Number 5, many people set up an investment such as an RRSP as a series of small, regular investments. So suppose you invest $200 per month from age 16 until your retirement at age 65. And assume the investment averages a 7% annual rate of return. So right here, we need to look at what we have to do for this type of a question. First thing is I want to figure out the number of years because it doesn't outright say it. So 16 to 65 right here. So 65 minus 16, the number of years is going to be 49 years. So you know you're investing for a total of 49 years. Okay, so our present value, when you start, you have nothing in your account, so it's going to be 0. Our rate, we know, is 7%. Okay, here is where our PMT is now going to come into effect. So if you remember, our PMT stands for your periodic payment. So how often you're paying money into your account. So I am paying $200 into my account, so I'm going to type it in as negative $200 because I'm paying it in. The number of periods, we know there are 49 years, and it's being done monthly right here. So we know it's 49 times 12. So I'm going to calculate 49 times 12, and I end up getting 588 periods. Okay, our future value is what's unknown, and then we know our CPPY is going to be monthly. Okay, so let's go ahead and type in that information. So here, this is an example where your PMT is no longer 0. So our rate right here is 7%. We are putting in $200, so we're going to say negative 200. We said our rate is 588, and we want to find our future value. So we're going to type this in right here, and oh, sorry, this number is ridiculously large because it's annual. we want to say that it's monthly. So let's go ahead and try that again. So our future value right here is still a pretty large number. If you're putting in $200 every month, you're going to end up getting all of this money right here. So you end up getting $1,013,844.75. And that's the power of investing. You literally are just putting in money every month, a very small amount of money every month. And if you just wait for it, you're going to have a huge amount of money as your return. Okay, so we can say, therefore, you will have $1,013,844.75 when you retire. Okay, so get those RRSPs. Let me know if you have any questions and have a great day. Bye.